Mark, we're always looking at the numbers behind local business. But here's a number every family in Randolph County needs to know: 39. We want to thank our sponsor, John Plumley, and his team at ProMed Ambulance for sponsoring today's episode.
That's right, Todd. For over 30 years, ProMed has been bringing world-class care directly to our doorsteps. And their priority care program is a game changer. It's not insurance. It's an ambulance membership that shields you from unexpected transport bills.
That number, $39 a year for an individual or $69 a year for your entire household, you're covered across their massive 4,600 square mile service region. We are talking about literal rolling emergency rooms equipped with LifePak monitors and critical care ventilators.
And if your insurance doesn't cover a transport, members get a 40% discount. Protect your family's budget today at promedambulance.com or call at 870-248-0911.
We thank ProMed Ambulance for sponsoring today's episode. Mark, we're talking local commerce, but let's talk about looking clearly at your business. Literally. We want to thank Skylar Jackson and the crew at Pocahontas Glass for sponsoring today's show.
Absolutely, Todd. Located right across the street from Walmart on Highway 67 South, Pocahontas Glass is our go-to regional shop for auto, residential, and commercial glass.
From fixing that annoying rock chip on your windshield to installing high-efficiency vinyl windows that slash your winter heating bills, Skylar's team does it all. They even handle commercial storefronts and custom shower enclosures.
Upgrade your home, vehicle, or storefront today. Call Skylar and the Pocahontas Glass team at 870-892-7676. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's broadcast of the Chamber of Commerce Cast. I am your host, Mark Holt, along with my partner and co-host and producer extraordinaire, Mr. Todd Baltz. Hey, Todd.
Hey, Mark. It's good to see you. Glad we're getting together to do this.
It's good to see you, too. You might find it's a little bit different today.
Yep.
We don't have a guest here with us.
We do not have a guest.
That is deliberate.
Yes.
We want to do a little bit different today. We are basically just completed over the last couple of months our first season of the Commerce Cast. And we're proud of it. We hope you've enjoyed every episode. We certainly have been proud to make it and enjoyed our time with all the guests and all the good conversations. And we thought what we'd do today is just have a chance to talk to you, the viewer and the listener, and we have a conversation about what is next for the Commerce Cast and what is next for the commerce that we're interested in. So I think that the first season was a raving success. What about you?
It was. You know, Anne's episode had a whopping 7,000 views, which people, including Anne, still do not believe. And, you know, we covered quite a bit. You know, we covered both with Miss Pat and with Ronnie. We had some history stuff. We had some civic stuff with the county judge and the mayor, as well as Scott Baltz, who is fire safety officer or whatever.
Chief.
She's not chief. He's very important about not calling chief. So we had quite a bit of interesting guests that either refined things, and I'll be honest, I had someone from Memphis ask about the mayor's name. It's Mongo, right? And I'm like, well, yes, you can. You can call him that.
Depending on what time of year it is,
yes,
I guess.
But you know, again, our podcast has somewhat leapt out of Randolph County.
That's right. And what's interesting to me about that season one is that when you start an endeavor like this, Todd, we're kind of thinking like, you know, who can we get to sit down with us? And
whose arm can we twist?
Going through like, do I need to get my kids on here, you know, to fill time and that kind of thing? And I was just amazed about the endless supply of interesting people and interesting conversation that we have already had. And most importantly, what we yet to have with what's going on and people in Randolph County. It's just amazing of all the stories and what everybody's up to around here.
And what's always funny is after every episode ended, the guest may be like, I'm not sure to talk about. By the end of the episode, we stop recording and they're like, with Two Rivers Lands and Cattle. They kept talking for another 45 minutes, and it was like, oh, this was awesome stuff to talk about on the podcast. So really, if you're thinking about coming on or recommending someone else come on, it's not as scary as you think. And then you'll be like, oh, there's an hour. Oh, there's 2 hours. Oh, I really should go home.
That's a good point, Todd. And I wanted to read this with just as an invitation to invite people to come join us here. There's the Chamber of Commerce, as you see there, that term commerce covers a lot of ground.
Yes.
It covers a lot of different things. So just to give people an awareness here, what is covered under commerce that we want to explore, we want to promote first and foremost, and we want to have the people that are in these areas come join us and come talk to us and let us have a chance to promote you and your business or
share
your area of commerce there. Share your story. Exactly. So just a few, going to ring off a few here. The retail businesses, all of them, any of them, a wholesale business and distribution, manufacturing, agriculture, banking, insurance, real estate, construction, transportation, warehousing, healthcare, professional services, accountants, engineers, lawyers, hospitality, tourism, entertainment, technology, utilities, education, religious, political, and the list goes on and on. That's what's so good about a Chamber of Commerce is that you can basically cover everything with your umbrella. So there is no area of commerce that we don't want to explore.
Of course not, no.
And we
this
don't
is
want
a great
to spotlight
hub
here for this community. It is a great hub, and I think a lot of greatness is on the way and coming and has been working towards, according to the people we've been talking to, for a long time, many years. So we want to continue with that. The reason why we're doing it in this format is manyfold, but just to point out a few of those is I think everyone would agree, and Todd, you and I have talked about this, that, Facebook is probably the main source where everybody goes. But we see not a major problem there is this is just going to go by the wayside, but just one of the issues why that's not the preferred method how we want to communicate is because there's no face-to-face interaction or accountability.
There's no accountability.
Right.
That's what, Scott Baltz brought that up in his episode. About how people get on Facebook and either complain or make negative comments and don't see the person behind who's doing that work.
Right. And then the person that's behind there that's doing that work can't see that conflict either or that contention there. So it does no one any good to have an anonymous person shooting down an idea or an effort made by, some of these municipal workers or public people or politicians or business leaders or anything like that. If you want to have your voice heard, you need to put a face with it. You need to put a name behind it there. So what this does, the Commerce Cast allows people that have an interest in commerce in Randolph County to come and put a face with the idea and put a face and an idea up front so people can get behind it and support it, or so people can get against it officially. Right. So that's what we're trying to do with.
And one thing that podcasts have been really good about really the whole time since podcasts were launched is the podcast hosts, kind of the responsibility across the board is there's not very many gotcha moments between the podcast hosts and their guests. They're trying to give their guest the best opportunity they have to talk about their idea or their stance, whatever. They may push back, a little bit just for clarification or for, did you think about this? But it's never in a mean-spirited way. It's always a way to help you tell your story in the best way that you can share your story.
I think the best way to look at that, Todd, is that what is the role of us as hosts for something like this? And it's simply to present the guests. Right. We don't have an opinion. Especially when it comes to politics. We don't have an opinion on what your idea is, what your platform is. We have a platform to distribute to the world at large and to our community. So we tell every one of our guests before they sit down with us that we're not here to play gotcha. We're not here to to try to catch you
off guard
or anything like that. We're here to promote and we're here to spotlight.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people could take advantage of that. All you have to do is get in contact with us. It starts with just watch the videos that we've already put out there. You've heard it 1,000 times. Like those videos, comment on those videos, get some interaction going there, and
subscribe. That way you don't miss a video or a Spotify episode.
And behind that, we have an email set up. What is that email, Todd?
commercecastpod@gmail.com. We love to hear from you, especially see us in the comments and say, hey, I sent you an email, because we have gotten a few emails, and those are always refreshing to hear, but this is a new thing. So the more reminders we get to, hey, we sent you an email about a guest idea, either yourself or someone else, that's always a great thing, because again, in the realm of social media, the more comments, the more likes, the more shares, that helps keep things boosted up. And it kind of is a great way for us to know, hey, people kind of like us, but also people are getting some value from this effort, because it's fun for us. We enjoy it, and we have all the equipment. We have a great location here at the chamber of the Old Historic Courthouse. So we like doing this, and we want to have more guests, both from Randolph County, because we have great leaders here, but also some people from possibly outside the county who are directly related to all those commerce topics that Mark mentioned.
Or just the medium of podcasting in general.
Yeah.
Right. We want to have some people that are, the best in the business, as you would say, right? And have lots of followers and lots of listeners and that thing, just to pick their brains. And that's the good thing about podcasting too, is it's a very open forum, to where I think, Todd, you've already had some communications with some pretty big platforms, and and they're not telling you to never call them again.
They're not. No, they definitely, if I had made the trip to New York, I was going to have coffee with someone who grew up in New York, then moved and opened several charter schools in Mississippi, of all places. So left the big city, left the East, and came down south to where kind of we are, and then he's moved back to New York. But because I was getting involved locally with the Chamber of Commerce, and I happened to say, hey, your episode was great, and he had put out on his podcast, hey, text me what you're doing locally with your civic organization. So I did, and he responded that same night, and he was like, this sounds great that you're doing something with your local Chamber of Commerce and trying to get a podcast going.
I think it is. I think anybody looking at it unbiasedly can say there's no downside to this. So we want to invite you. The reason to choose this format, we're not saying that you shouldn't subscribe to the local newspaper, the Star Herald. You should most certainly do that. You should follow your local news station. As much information you can get, the better, we think. But one thing I've noticed that I think is the podcast provide a good solution for, Todd, is that it allows you to join an ongoing conversation instead of read about or listen to something that's already happened, or something that may be ongoing, but it's far away from you. It's in D.C. or in New York or something like that. So this allows you to engage with an ongoing conversation, or a dynamic, active conversation right here and now, as it's unfolding, as it's happening. And anybody would assume that would be better. You get better results out of that type of conversation than just hearing about it.
Because it's often people you see throughout the week or once a month. I mean, that's the one thing about a local podcast, is you're hearing from people who you might also be in line with at Walmart.
Yep. And the most feedback I get, it's all positive. I've had very few comments of anything negative about it. Maybe a Mark, that was a terrible choice of shirt or color you should have wore, or something like that. But other than that, it's all been positive.
Comment's from.
And it's always based on, I did not know that person, that guest, did that. Or I didn't know they sold that there. I didn't know that's what they did. I haven't seen them in years, and all this kind of stuff. So it is providing listeners with good information, both about people, and I think it does it in a better format, or at least an equal format to what's already out there. And the good news is it's free. I mean, just all you have to do is lend your ear. So
lend your ear, press subscribe, and then thanks to the wonder of technology, it just appears. Whenever we release an episode, it just shows up in your little feed for you to press download or just stream it if you have good enough cell service.
Which I think most people these days
Yeah.
do. So there's really no excuse. You should join, you should listen, and you should come talk to us. We'd love to
Yes.
have you. We tell all of our guests sometimes they're a little bit nervous. Sometimes I get a little bit nervous, but it really is. If we do our job right, we're just having a conversation as we're doing today.
Yeah.
There's no strings attached to this. There's no script.
No.
This is just some notes on the future here, on future guests and whatnot. But there's no script here. There's nothing but a conversation between friends. And if we're not friends yet, we will be by the end of the episode. I guarantee it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, one thing that has been interesting is we had, like I said, Scott, the fire safety officer on. We had the county judge, and we had the district judge, Alex Bicker. And it's like, okay, we had some judges on. We had a fire safety person. We've not had a law enforcement officer on as directly, but I'm interested to have one of those on. That'd probably be the most nervous that I would be, because it's like, okay, did I drive correctly here? Is anything that I'm doing, correctly, in line with the law? That'd be the most nervous I would be with that kind of guest, because really. The judge part, we have the administrator judge, county, and then we have the law judge with Judge Bigger. But they were both friendly, easygoing, had interesting stories to tell, especially in hearing about how much of a sharpshooter our district judge is.
Yeah, and what that is revealed in that conversation is that these are just normal people, just like us. We have talked to several law enforcement officers already, and both in the county and city that are willing to come on, willing to sit down with us. But it is one of those things to where it takes about a week to put one of these together. You have the sit down, then Todd does his magic with editing, and then you've got to get it uploaded to all the services, whether it be Spotify or Apple or YouTube and all those things there. So it takes about a week turnaround there, and time flies. Just when I'm way worse about this than Todd, but it's all that we have plenty of time, and then we missed that, so I missed that. But I think this season 2 a little bit better for me out of the gate, and for to get these things knocked out and know the format now. So I think it's going to be great for season 2 and beyond.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And one thing that is probably noticed about season 2 is we have some sponsor slots that have been appearing, and that's one thing that we've been grateful for our sponsor with ProMed and with Pocahontas Class, and we're accepting, of course, any sponsors. But that's something that you will be seeing some more, because we do want to improve the quality, mostly with cameras and a little bit of some lighting stuff, but mostly the cameras. Not saying that we want you to see us, in 4K, but we do want to have a good quality show. So that's a big reason why we're accepting sponsors, is to just help improve the quality with some of the camera work.
That's right. Sponsors, and those dollars go right back into the operation, go right back into the effort. One area to where that can really translate for people to get an idea for is that this year, 2026, are the midterm elections.
Yep.
There are some elections coming up here locally as well. And in the past, Todd and I have, just out of more of a labor of love, been involved with candidate debates. We did one for the mayor's race most recently, and we did one for the county judges a couple of years ago. We would like to do more of that, but we'd like to hear from the listeners if you would like to see us do more of that. If that is the case, which I think it will be, please let us know. But if that is the case, then we have to take this show on the road.
We do.
We have to take it to a format to where there's a stage, or there's some place where these candidates can move around and to be comfortable and get behind a podium and have an audience to listen. So that means moving these things, being a little bit more mobile with our equipment. And we do an okay job of it right now, but with more sponsors, we do a much better job of that. And that translates to having a more informed electorate.
Yes.
And having a better candidates, and the candidates taking their roles in their candidacy more serious and getting their word out, and then hopefully at the end result having a better official in that position that
and
we
it's
have
someone,
elected through consistency and through forethought. So
someone who you know, who you will, get to see, you get to actually hear about their platform, and then, like they always say, you can vote, and then your vote doesn't just disappear after you vote. By you hearing them on the Commerce Cast, either in a debate format or on one-on-one, you can then say, oh, did they keep that, a goal that they had? Do I then see what they talked about occurring? It's not going to be immediate, but it may take them a year or two, but you can at least say, oh, they did accomplish what they set out to do.
right. And I think we have a good track record of being unbiased in that,
Mm-hmm.
strictly as a mediator, that we carry through to these podcasts when we have our guests on. But during those debates, we don't have favorites.
No.
We know that the interest of the community is what everybody's looking for. Nobody wants to hear our opinion. We're not running for anything.
No.
So we are there just to simply get the word out and give these candidates a platform to share their platform with you, the electorate, and hopefully give you the information you need to go vote.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, let's see what else is going on with us. It's summertime. We have a few things brewing for kind of, everything's seasonal, right?
Yep.
So when school starts back up, that's a big one. We'll have the administrators on here. Somebody from the local schools we'll have on here to talk about getting the kids back in school and on to another year. We're going to have a lot going on here this summer with Todd. One thing that we've both been working on here and others besides us is a Hall of Fame.
Yep. We have a sports Hall of Fame and a business Hall of Fame, because again, commerce covers a lot of things, education with sports underneath that, but also obviously businesses that have been in Randolph County, either previous ones or ones that still remain, have been here for, 50 years.
Yep.
And so we're going to be sending out nomination forms, both on the Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, but also there'll be nomination forms here at the actual Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, so we'll say that again there. So you do not have to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce,
correct, to nominate
someone for either the sports or the business Hall of Fames. The sports will come first. So we're gonna trial balloon this thing with local sports here, and we'll have different categories. Posthumous. We'll have a current. We'll have a player. We'll have staff. We'll have some ancillary, that kind of stuff, categories and whatnot. So we'll have all those categories, and anybody can send in a nomination. That resource to send in those nominations will be revealed here in the coming weeks. But after that, in order to vote on those nominations, you need to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, you do.
Not on the board of the Chamber of Commerce. You just need to be an active member of the Chamber of Commerce. And please call Ann Savage here at the local Chamber of Commerce. She'll have the rates for membership for to become a member of the Chamber of Commerce.
You can also go online and immediately sign up to be a Chamber of Commerce member at randolphchamber.com.
That's right. And so you'll get the benefit of being able to vote for these Halls of Fame, which are long overdue. We've been working on this. We've found there's a list almost too long to name of people that have wanted this to happen for years. We do not take any credit for their past work. They've really done a great job. We thought that having a perpetual entity like the Chamber of Commerce is kind of being the caretaker of these efforts and being able to associate it with two areas that fall under that definition of commerce, then that was the best way to actually get this thing off the ground and get it to where it can be. It can last forever.
And I believe we're going a step further, and these awards are not going to be held here at the Chamber of Commerce. They're going to be held at the local Randolph County museum.
Yeah, that's right.
So again, we're trying to remind and integrate all the different things we have here at Randolph County together.
I can't think of anywhere that I've lived, and there's been several places that didn't have a local Halls of Fame for sports and business. And I really am excited about to see what names pop up.
Yeah.
Because there's too many to count. I graduated high school in 97. I've got 2 people in my mind that I cannot believe that we had such good athletes there. Now, as an adult, I'm more focused on the business side of things, and there's people here that just have done amazing work and have been tremendous successes, and they deserve to have their names honored in the museum and here locally as somebody that has really made a difference in their chosen crafts.
2 of those people I know we're gonna twist their arm to come on the podcast.
Yep. I hope it integrates so well to where it's a done deal. As soon as you get certified as a inductee into these halls of fame, then you're going to come talk to Todd and Mark. Yeah. So that would be awesome.
It will be. And great. Also great for content for us. We can check mark that off. Oh, we have that one taken care of. Makes load off our mind of scheduling, and we already know who's coming on. That's a wonder, because again, when you start something new, it's like, we have so many people. Then it's like, okay, we have these guests. Who do we have next? And then next thing you know, that person, that person, that person. Then a whole year's gone by.
Yeah. Yep. And it's been such a long time coming that I think there is a long list of people that should have been nominated for these things years ago. And you don't want to have 20 people in 1 year inducted right there. So what I think will happen is there's already 10 years out, there would be plenty of names of, 3 to 5 or something like that every year that can be nominated, and it make perfect sense. And everybody's like, it's about time kind of stuff. So,
And I know for through this first year, those Hall of Fame awards will be handed out at the Randolph County Chamber of Commerce annual banquet. And that'll be in October, and we'll be posting things about that on Facebook. So for sure, if you nominate and then that person who you nominate, gets selected, for sure, come to the banquet and hear them tell some more of their story at that event, and watch them receive the kind of love and support that they poured into the community. That's then giving it back to them.
Yeah, I love that annual banquet of the chamber because it's everybody does what they're supposed to do. And we get to put on our suit and ties, put on our nice clothes quite often in our little beautiful community here. But a lot of times it's to raise money for a good cause and whatnot. And the chamber banquet is simply a celebration, and it's a good one. And we usually have it at one of the local rooms that can hold hundreds of people. And we bring in caterers and food and just a night to be together and to congratulate each other on a year well done, and it's a really good time. I recommend everybody come on, join us for the chamber banquet.
Oh yeah. This year it'll be at the St. Paul Parish Life Center again, because that was found to be decent size, and it had 2 nice screens to use.
Yeah, got a good kitchen.
Yeah. The kitchen was really made sure it's good.
More details to come on that. We've also been talking about having Ann, the executive director of the chamber, come and join us more often here just for updates and information such as the chamber banquet and all these things
she
has going on here at the chamber. So really want to promote this entity as a network and a hub for everything that's going on in Randolph County. And there's a lot going on here. So.
There is. There's more than you think. And again, it's all things that you can get involved in. No matter who you are, if you're in Randolph County, there's something you can get involved in, and people want you to get involved in. It's not clicked off or isolated. Everyone wants either A, volunteers, but also B, some leaders to help those things get going.
That's right. And that's you.
Yeah.
So come join us.
Yep. And remember, just send us an email at commercecastpod. For sure, this episode, make sure you comment in addition to liking, but make sure you comment either in the email or in the YouTube or Facebook, or I believe even Spotify. You can comment. If you do leave us a rating on iTunes, make sure it's 5 stars.
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, thanks for your time today. Hope you have a good rest of the week. Enjoy the summer. 4th of July is coming up. 250 years. Have a great time. Be safe out there, and we'll see you next time.
Commerce Cast is a production of Fox Science Studios. You're hosted by Mark Holt and Todd Baltz. Our executive producers are, also Todd Baltz and Mark Holt. Special thanks to the Randolph County Chamber of Commerce. Music provided by AGI. You can find links to everything we discussed today in the show notes. If you have a question or a topic idea, email us at commercecastpod@gmail.com. If you enjoyed the show, please leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It really helps new listeners find us. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time right here in the studio. Thanks for listening. Mark, we're talking local commerce, but let's talk about looking clearly at your business. Literally. We want to thank Skylar Jackson and the crew at Pocahontas Glass for sponsoring today's show.
Absolutely, Todd. Located right across the street from Walmart on Highway 67 South, Pocahontas Glass is our go-to regional shop for auto, residential, and commercial glass.
From fixing that annoying rock chip on your windshield to installing high-efficiency vinyl windows that slash your winter heating bills, Skylar's team does it all. They even handle commercial storefronts and custom shower enclosures.
Upgrade your home, vehicle, or storefront today. Call Skylar and the Pocahontas Glass team at 870-892-7676.
Mark, we're always looking at the numbers behind local business. But here's a number every family in Randolph County needs to know. 39. We want to thank our sponsor, John Plumley, and his team at ProMed Ambulance for sponsoring today's episode.
That's right, Todd. For over 30 years, ProMed has been bringing world-class care directly to our doorsteps. And their Priority Care program is a game changer. It's not insurance. It's an ambulance membership that shields you from unexpected transport bills.
That number, $39 a year for an individual or $69 a year for your entire household, you're covered across their massive 4,600 square mile service region. We are talking about literal rolling emergency rooms equipped with LifePak monitors and critical care ventilators.
And if your insurance doesn't cover a transport, members get a 40% discount. Protect your family's budget today at promedambulance.com or call at 870-248-0911.
We thank ProMed Ambulance for sponsoring today's episode.